Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Big news for the Who Dat Nation. Our star quarterback is returning for another season. You heard that right. Drew Brees is coming back. He posted this picture on Instagram about an hour ago. And if you look closely, you can see Drew with his arms stretched at the top of this hill. It looks like he's having a fun time there with his wife in Hawaii. He says, quote, "My feelings about the 2020 season. I look forward to the grind and the journey, for the reward at the end will be worth it. Love you, Who Dat Nation. Let's make another run at it." And of course, we know there are tons of people talking about this online right now. Michael Thomas tweeted asking a reporter to erase Brees' name from the free agency list and said, "Pick a team, stay loyal, and build something you can stand on." So, of course, we're waiting for more response for other teammates. So right now we have our Eyewitness sports reporter, Andrew Doak, who's joining us now to talk about this big news. This is huge.
Yeah, racing to the studio once we knew there was potential that it was going to happen this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say all of what was going on, but there were some things that were going on throughout the week that made you at least pause and say we think that something could be happening as soon as this week. And of course, good timing too before the second weekend of Mardi Gras was happening, so people can now enjoy their king cake.
I was
and
just
be able
about to
chill out
say
a
the
little bit,
anxiety
right?
can come out of our bodies. This is great for us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And look, I think that as much as Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater showed you some positive things this season as far as the future is concerned, being able to have Drew Brees, and be able to make another run at this while you still feel like you have a Super Bowl team was critical. And I know Sean Payton felt that way, but I think that this legitimately was the first offseason where I think Drew Brees really thought about retiring.
You think he was actually contemplating it?
I really think he was contemplating it. Now, I feel like it was still 80-20 probably that he felt like he was going to come back. But look, I remember talking to Zach Strief whenever he retired a couple years back. One thing he always told me was, it's not the season that's the grind. That's not what wears on your body the most. I think the adrenaline kind of kicks in during the year. But being able to prepare each off season, the training camp, going through the months of preparation and diet, like that, I think, especially for offensive linemen, that weared on them. And I know that probably weared on Drew Brees, especially as someone who's 41 years old.
Sure.
But I mean, a big day for the city, a big day for this team. And look, this is probably the final window in this Super Bowl window that they feel like they have right now, just because of these contracts that they have coming up. But look, statistically, you look at the past 2 years for Brees, his passer rating is the best it's ever been. Over 115 this past season, over 116 the season before, which was a career mark for him. So he's still playing at an extremely high level. I think he doesn't maybe push the ball downfield and have the same arm strength that he might once had, but he is doing it at an extremely efficient level. His interceptions are down. You look at the last 2 years as well, 59 touchdowns to just 9 interceptions. And some of those 7 and 9 years, those interceptions were pretty high. And that had to do with a lot of factors. Also, the defense wasn't that great, so you had to throw the ball a little bit more and try to take chances, to be able to score points and be able to keep up. But I think he's playing at a unique level right now.
Yeah, the man's still breaking records.
And he's still breaking records. I mean, broke the passing record for yards last year for the Saints against the Redskins. This year, obviously, broke Peyton Manning's touchdown record. So, look, he's still playing at a really high level, and whether or not Taysom Hill or Teddy Bridgewater, could be the heir apparent. We'll see.
Right.
They're going to get.
What happens with them?
Well, I think we saw a report yesterday, as far as Teddy Bridgewater was concerned, that ESPN believes there's going to be a strong market out there for Bridgewater, and I think that there will too. Now, this report said they believe Bridgewater could make in the neighborhood of $30 million per year. Ooh. I think that would be a stretch, although I still think he could get somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25. I mean, this market for quarterbacks, as the NFL continues to have more and more money and the cap continues to rise, teams are spending more money, and that's just kind of the going market for any starting quarterback in the NFL right now. Taysom Hill is a restricted free agent, meaning the Saints are going to have an opportunity to match any offer, or they could put a first-round tender on him as well, where a team would have to, give up a first-round pick in order to be able to swap out Hill. But my gut feeling tells me Taysom Hill is going to be back, but Teddy Bridgewater is likely going to be on the move, either going to someone like the New York Jets, Chicago Bears, LA Chargers need a quarterback after Phillip Rivers just left. If the Tampa Bay Bucks decide to move on from Jameis Winston, that could be a landing spot as well within the division. So a lot of question marks for them, but look, every offseason, NFL teams need a quarterback. And so I think Teddy Bridgewater being 5-0 as a starter this year, he's going to be at the top of a lot of people's lists because he's proven he's done it at the NFL level. And sometimes drafting those quarterbacks in some of those later rounds is kind of an unknown. You've seen this guy do it.
Sure. All right. Well, Drew Brees means so much to the city, so this is a huge win for us. As you said, now we can enjoy the Mardi Gras season. He's enjoying Hawaii, but I feel like we're in the same mood as him.
I saw he had like In-N-Out yesterday too on his Instagram. So he's Hawaii
he's
and
eating good.
In-N-Out.
He's living good.
Yeah, he's a good place right now.
Yeah. Okay. Then put those burgers and the vacation down and come on back.
Right.
We're glad to have him back. All right, Andrew Doak, thank you for being in.
You got it.
Our sports team will be following this story all day, so make sure you stay connected to us on our social media pages, on our app, and in later newscasts for updates.